Hey everyone, Sheila here from Lifewithpets. So today we're going to be doing part 2 of our breeding tank for profit setup, and just a quick recap. We broke down our 20-gallon long, and while we were doing that we put all the shrimp and snails into a 10-gallon tank with all the plants. And then we cleaned the 20-gallon out and started from scratch. The substrate that we're using is fluval stratum. We decided that we would go with that as it is going to be a planted tank. And we did do a big project with all the grey slate, and we used super glue to put it together as we made sort of different structures. So basically that's where we were up to from the previous video. So let's get on with this video. As always, links will be in the description box below for anything that you see in the video that you want to take a look at. So we're going to start with the underwater river that we're setting up. We got this from Amazon. We didn't need the suction cups on the bottom, so we just took those off. And when we put it into the tank, we decided that we were going to add some rock underneath it to make it a little bit more like a riverbed. We did mess around with this for an awful long time, trying to get it how we like it and to look natural really, although let's face it, it's not really natural when it's underwater in an aquarium, but we wanted it to look as natural as possible. So it did take us a long time. The slate that you're seeing going in now, it's the same make as the grey slate, and we just got it in a different colour. We also added some little like pebbles that we had. I've no idea where we got those from. We just had them in our aquarium storage, so we did add those underneath it as well, and that did give it a much more natural look. When we set this up on the kitchen table, we did use some wood blocks to sort of give the illusion of the gravel so that we were working at the right height. So when it came to putting it into the tank, we were just hoping that it would all go in just as it was when it was on the table, and it did actually work really well. We did have a lot of the slate super glued together, and that did help as well, because then we weren't messing with it falling over and we knew exactly where we wanted it to go. Some of the bigger pieces we didn't glue. We actually glued them once they went into the aquarium because we weren't sure how they would sit on the substrate. There was only so much we could do on the table, so some of this we did glue afterwards, and we decided to do that so that there was no risk of injury to any of the shrimp or fish that are going in the tank, because obviously you don't want slate falling down on them when you're doing the tank. So if you can make a structure as stable as possible, then obviously that is best for the fish or the shrimp in the tank. For filtration, we're going with the same sponge filters that we had in the tank. So these are both fully cycled, and we are using 2 just to give a bit extra filtration, because eventually this tank will actually be quite heavily stocked, especially once the shrimp really get going with their breeding. We do already have a lot of baby shrimp, so obviously once they get in this type of environment where they've got a much bigger tank than what they've come out of, then I do think that this tank will soon be overrun with shrimp. Also planning on adding some fish to this tank as well that we're hoping will breed. So the extra filtration will just be a help to the tank, but we do plan on doing very regular water changes on it to help with the bio load. The plants that we're adding to this tank are Anacharis, green cryptocorin, and also Amazon sword. We're also going to add in a couple of moss balls as well. Once the tank grows out, then it should actually be quite heavily planted, which will be good obviously for baby shrimp to hide in and also baby fry. So hopefully in a few months from now, or maybe not even that long actually, we can't believe the difference in just a week. I have footage at the end of the video that I took today, and the difference is unbelievable. Particularly the anacharis is just been amazing. So hopefully maybe 4 to 6 weeks from now there'll be a really big difference in the plant growth, but I think certainly at this point there should be enough. And as there's no fish in here, then there's no predators for the baby shrimp, so they should thrive in this tank for the time being. So as you can see, the tank is very cloudy now, and at this point we decided that we would leave it and let it settle overnight, and then the next day we came back and we did actually change it up a little. We did need the tank to settle temperature wise as well, because we don't use a heater in the tanks because our house is a stable 78-79 degrees, and that's what all our tanks run at. So we needed the temperature in this tank to match the temperature in the tank that the shrimp were in, and so we decided that by waiting overnight, letting it clear, then all that could happen. We also knew that we would need to drip acclimate because the fluval stratum would make a big difference to our pH. So we did that, and all we did for that was put the shrimp in a bucket with some water and then added some airline tubing from the tank into the bucket and then just let it drip. And I think we did that for about an hour before we then added the shrimp into the tank. The shrimp have settled really well in the tank, and as at today it's been set up about 10 days I think, and we haven't lost a single one, and in fact we've actually got a lot more babies running around the tank. We've settled into a routine with feeding them. They know where to come for the food, and overall we're really happy with the look of the tank. We have had amazing growth in the plants in just the 10 days. If you take a look at the tank now, and then this is taken as at today, you can see the difference, particularly in the anacharis. That has just grown immensely. All the other plants look extremely healthy, so we are really pleased with this. The light that we're using on the tank is an Aqueon LED light, and I did actually look on Amazon to find the link for it to put in the description box, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be available anymore. But I have to say, while this light was expensive when we bought it, and I think we've had it about 18 months now, it has been well worth it. It just seems to give the right amount of light for the plants that we use and for the length of time that we keep the lights on. So extremely happy with it, and whilst this tank did take a long time to do, it has been well worth it. The shrimp seem happy and we're really happy with it as well. We will be adding fish to the tank, but as yet we're not fully decided on what we're going to get, so we're still sort of trying to make that decision. We think we know, but we're not certain yet. So when we do get the fish, then we will do an unboxing and you can see them going in the tank, and then it's going to be so great to do updates on this tank as it progresses, as the plants grow, as hopefully we end up overrun with shrimp and baby fry. So really happy, and hopefully it will be a great breeding for profit tank. When I posted a picture of this bridge in the tank, we did get several messages asking where we got it from. That is a bridge that we have had brought in from a supplier, and if you're wanting it, it is available on our website, and I will leave a link in the description box below for it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this tank build and that you like our new setup. Like I say, we are extremely happy with it. If you're not subscribed to this channel and would like to see more videos like this, then please do so. If you haven't hit that notification bell and you want to know when we upload more videos, then just go ahead and hit that button. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.